Oh, there's this to the corner. What the fuck? Second place, and Goku's just falling down the order now as well as Hero gets up into P3. Pepper's gonna go down the inside for the lead here in Indianapolis. Hello everyone, welcome back to the Pummu Indycar series on Funicle, and we are here at Phoenix Raceway. Jesus Christ, they're still trying to figure this stuff out, but we're here at Phoenix Raceway. Should be an interesting race. Once again, gonna be doing that sort of highlight styled video like last time. It should be 120 laps here at Phoenix, and with that said, let's just jump right into the action. Really quickly, as we're one lap away from going green here at Phoenix, we have Danbo in a very colorful livery here, starting on pole position. Neymar in second, Ref, or Waffle, in third, Findsy in fourth, Subfocus, or Dirge in fifth, Cyber in sixth, Cargo Boom in seventh, we have Big in eighth, Pepper in ninth, Lumen in 10th, Arrow in 11th, Gan in 12th, and rounding out the field should be King, and I believe green flag in the air here at Phoenix Raceway. And here we go, and it's already 3 wide action here, and it's Findsy already having problem towards the back. Through turns 1 and 2. It is a good start for our race leader, Danbo, who will hold on to the lead. It is a much better start for Subfocus from 5th to 3rd at the moment, though he's going to get passed by Cyber around the outside. I believe, no, he is actually going to clear Cyber. They're going to go 3 wide for the lead here. Here we go, 3 wide until 1 and 2. There's Triff in the background in that Aston Martin car going extremely wide into the wall. It's going to be Subfocus up into the lead here at Phoenix. There's still 3 wide. A lot of cars sliding up into the wall there towards the back. And then we see Neymar up into the wall as well. We'll go on board with one of the cars in the middle as they go almost 4 wide there for a second there. 3 wide now, 3 and 4. Oh man, Big gets pushed into the wall. That's going to severely hurt his run there. And there's still almost 3 wide, not quite 3 wide. There we see the Lotus and the Aston Martin. King and Triff, both in Formula 1 styled liveries here. It has not been a good start for Waffle at all. He has done nothing but fall back, and he's going to fall back even more as he gets put up into the wall. And now we go on board with Danbo. Actually, we'll go on board with Dirge Hill. Dirge Hill? What? Dirge here, as he's going to get passed by Cyber for the lead. Cyber has had an amazing start. Wasn't paying too much attention to the front now, and now they're side by side for the lead, but I believe this is going to be Cyber in the lead, but Dirge is going to have a much better run into 3 and 4. Not able to do anything with it though, just because of the nature of the corner. And Cyber will lead here on lap 8 of 125, excuse me, not 120. Though I believe some of those laps were from the pace laps just before. Neymar is slow out of turn 2, and there's a lot of battling happening towards the back actually. Waffle has definitely not had the race start he would have wanted. I'm not sure if that's because of contact or if it was just no pace during the beginning laps of this race. He has gone all the way back from 3rd down to, he's showing on our timer from last lap in 8th position. So definitely not the start that Waffle would have wanted. And look at Cyber. Cyber's starting to pull away. And here we have some 3-wide action there for a second through the dog leg. And they will break it up a little bit. Neymar trying to get a little bit of a switchback styled move on King here through 1 and 2. Will we be able to make a dive down the inside in 3 and 4 work? The answer is yes, she will. But King's going to get a switchback move and will get the move done right past her and get that position right back as soon as it was gone. And here we see some battling here for 4th position here. It'll be Neymar trying to get past King once again, actually. Couldn't get the move done the first time. What will she be able to do to make the move happen the second time? Or will she be able to do anything? As here comes Pilot John looking to make a move past her now. He's at a much better corner. And by the time they head into turn 1 and 2, I believe this move is going to be as good as done. This turn is a very single file line. Sort of very inside dependent, but Neymar is going to be able to get a much better exit out of it. They're able to go side by side through this corner. They keep it away from each other, at least from what I can tell. So no contact made, and Neymar is going to be able to work her way and keep her way in front of Pilot John here. And this is problems for Findsy coming onto the backstretch here into 3 and 4. I'm unsure what has happened to Findsy. There you may have seen just for a second the admin commands as I was trying to get him back, get his name back above him. So that means he's had to respawn his car or something. Judging by the fact that he's being shown as 14 laps down, I would have to say that he may have actually crashed from the game. So not an ideal situation here for Findsy either. I mean, we want to talk about races that have not been gone well so far. Waffle all the way down in 7th place now. I believe Findsy's exit from the game may have helped him gain 1 position. Currently, he's looking to help himself to another position gained here. He has Pilot John right in his crosshairs, looking to make a move. Just not quite close enough to make the move just yet. And then we see just the difference of line here through that corner, through the dogleg. They're actually going to go side by side because of that better exit from Waffle into turns 1 and 2. And by the time they're out of the turn, Waffle is actually going to clear him. So what a move there by Waffle. Oh, and here we go. Battle for second here. Just as we went on board with Dambo here, we saw Dirge make his way past him. So must have been some sort of mistake from our pole sitter, who will now be sitting in 3rd position, but he's looking to make a move past him, looking for that inside into turns 1 and 2. They barely make contact in the middle of the corner, but that outside lane is going to help Dirge hold on to 2nd place here for another lap. And I mean, we've talked about races that have gone really bad, really poorly for some of these drivers. Let's talk about a race that has, well, a race that has gone really well for one of these drivers. Cyber is running away with the lead now, as after he got past Dambo, he was able to just build a gap, and right at this moment, we'll have to wait for the leaderboard to update as he's crossing the line. Hit the gap between Cyber and Dirge is 2.7 seconds. That is a very sizable gap, and actually, speaking of Cyber, his pace is strong enough that he's actually caught up to some lap traffic now. And I believe Triff is trying to do his best to stay out of the way. It's a little hard to tell. See, when I was reading the qualifying order, I forgot to mention that Triff qualified around 7th or 8th, but ended up actually much further down the order because of a track limit penalty, and I believe that may have been contact there between Triff and our leader, Cyber. And if so, I mean, that would definitely explain the sudden loss of time. That gap has suddenly gone down 2.7 to 2.2 on that last lap. Let's see what the gap is here. 2.2 still. And now it looks like Subfocus and Danbo are looking to battle each other here. We'll go on board with this battle here for second. It's been brewing for a couple of laps. And I'm absolutely sure Danbo in this colorful and unique livery will be looking to try and make a move and recover his lost pole position. Or, well, I guess, you know what I'm trying to say. Anyways, they're both able to get past Triff without any problem, though that's mostly in part due to Triff coming down pit road now. One of the first pitters here this race. And now that Cyber doesn't have to worry about lap traffic, it seems that Cyber is actually starting to gain on some time. Or gain that lost time he had. Excuse me, that's what I should say. Waffles didn't have the best of starts this race. Looking to try and make it up now. He's in 6th place now, so he's gone past Pilot John at one point or another. And now he's trying to work his way past Neymar, who so far is showing that she disagrees with that idea. However, a much better line in 1 and 2 will allow Waffle to take and hold the position. However, that contact with the wall definitely is not going to do him any favors, as I believe Neymar has just sent it down his inside in 1 and 2. And will clear Waffle back for 5th place, but Waffle has to run. They'll go side by side almost through 3 and 4, and Waffle just doesn't have the grip to keep it on the high line. And so he's going to switch back Neymar through the dog leg, and it's going to look for the inside on 1 and 2 once again. Neymar now looking to do a similar switchback move. They're going to go up to the wall, and Neymar's just going to squeeze Waffle, make him lift, and will hold on to the position. These two are battling hard for this 5th position here. Here we go again, through the dog leg, into 1 and 2. And again, Neymar takes that line onto the apron, just trying to gain some time in a unique way, I'll say, but Waffles finally passed Neymar, and I believe that will be the end of this battle between these two, for the moment at least. So I guess while we view Cyber here on lap 35 of this race, his gap is back to 2.7 seconds, however it is to Danbo. So that battle has continued, and Danbo has actually prevailed. There we see on the leaderboard, we see a couple people going multiple laps down now. And I would have to assume that's because, I mean, Cyber is very quick. He's lapped Little Man, he's lapped Triff. Findsy, I'm absolutely sure, probably just crashed from the game again. But I mean, look at this. We have Cyber already catching up to more lap traffic, where he's catching up to Triff again, actually. So Triff may go another lap down here in a few moments. And here we see Gan sending it down the inside of our race leader here as he's getting lapped. It seems Gan disagrees with that idea and wants to make Cyber know that he's not going to let him lap and put him a lap down so easily. Sends it down the inside, makes the move work, but Cyber probably not going to be too happy with that and will probably look for an open window to get right past him. And here we go. The battle for 7th is starting to ramp up. We have a 3-car battle here between Big, Pilot John, and Arrow. We have 2 ICRL cars in this battle. Actually, never mind, that's not an ICRL car. It just looks like it. We have 2 people in pit road. One of them is our pole sitter, Danbo. We also have our race leader, Cyber, into pit road, actually. And there he is. Lifted up into the air. Danbo's actually going to get out just before him. So Danbo has managed to actually jump Cyber in pit road. I'm unsure if this was a strategy difference or if maybe Cyber had some sort of minor speeding penalty. I am really unsure, but Danbo will technically be in the lead of this race once everyone makes their pit stop. And there we see Waffle, Subfocus, King, and Big all down pit road. I believe Arrow is down pit road as well. So this is technically your battle for the lead once this pit cycle comes to an end. And if I'm being honest, I am kind of surprised to see this pit cycle occur this sort of early in the race. I thought maybe they would make it to lap 50. That was not the case, so we are possibly looking at 3 pit stops. Here as Cyber's just gonna push the little man out of the way. And actually, they're gonna make big contact. Cyber's gonna force little man into the wall there. Just show his displeasure as Cyber continues to hunt down Danbo and to try and retake the lead of this race. Here we see Gan and Triff both trying their best to get out of the way. They're side by side into 1 and 2 for a very technical lead of this race. It will be the lead as into the pit road comes Neymar, and into the lead goes Cyber. Oh, and there we see, just as I was reading a message, we have Gan into pit road. He will get the first warning of the day as well for erratic driving, though I'm sure that's a little bit of a slap of the wrist, and actually Dan's just gonna call it a day and retire from this race in pit road. Okay, that was... We go on board with Little Man there, who for the moment was battling with Arrow. Instead, Little Man decided he didn't want to battle and forces Arrow up into the wall. And I believe that warning was censored there at the top of the screen because of Roblox. But I believe that was Little Man getting a warning for that collision. Into the wall there, Waffle goes. 3-way battle here. Or at least, I believe it to be a 3-way battle. And it is a 3-way battle. Except Pilot John is actually watching a 2-way battle with lap traffic in front of him. And he wants to get past Waffles as fast as possible. He's going to send it down the inside of that corner of 1 and 2 there to get it done. Oh, and here we go. Cyber's being held up by Treff again. He's going to go up in the wall, and that's going to be Danbo into the lead as they cross the line. However, Cyber's going to get it right beside him into 1 and 2. That's going to be Triff still trying to become a part of this battle for some odd reason. Even though he's multiple laps down, Cyber's going to be able to move his way past Danbo surprisingly easily. Oh, and Danbo is down the inside of Cyber again. These two are battling hard for this lead here. As we start to reach this halfway point in this race, we see Little Man down pit road. They're still side by side for the lead. Into turns 3 and 4 they go. And out into the dog leg. Danbo is going to be able to hold on to the lead still. I'm unsure where this increase in pace has come from Danbo, but he's trying to make it work here. Slides up the track a little bit. That's going to allow Cyber to go side by side with him again, except this time he's going to have the inside. I think the inside line is the preferred line here. And it certainly looks that way as Cyber back into the lead once again. But now Danbo's starting to put up a bit more of a fight. Oh wow, look at Pilot John. He's gonna chop the nose there of Waffle. I'm absolutely sure Waffle is not gonna be a big fan of that as he goes for the outside lane here of turns 1 and 2. He's gonna tap the wall. Not gonna slow him down too much. He's gonna clear Pilot John by the time they get into turn 3. But then he's gonna slide up the track. Blows the corner, but Pilot John blows it much worse. And Waffle is gonna be able to hold on to this position. And here we go, side by side for the lead once again. It's Dambo down the inside. A Cyber through 1 and 2. Triff finally getting a blue flag as they go through 3 and 4. They're both trying to carry as much speed as they can. Triff's gonna move out the way like a good lap car. Still almost side by side. Cyber's right on that rear wing. They're gonna go side by side as they go into turn 2. Cyber's just barely, Dambo's just barely side by side with him as they go into the corner. And oh, they make contact. They almost go up into the wall together. They're able to keep it going though. That could have been scary. Here we go, we'll go on board with Cyber. He's going to get a much better exit out of 1 and 2, but Dambo's just barely able to hold on to that inside still. Out of turns 4, into the dog leg, they make contact again. And these two are starting to get a little bit aggressive, if I have to say so myself. If I do... You know what I'm trying to say. God, why can I not speak? Dambo up into the lead, and actually starting a bit of a gap, and as I say that, Cyber's gonna work on erasing that gap, but not quite able to do it there. And here we go, Cyber on that outside lane here of turn 1. He's been able to get much better exits because of this line. Dambo's actually gonna come down pit road. So Dambo stayed out for as long as he thought he needed to. He will come into pit road a little early, I feel. No, it's around time, actually. Never mind. It's still a little early compared to when everyone else pit, but in my mind, I imagine this forces Cyber into pit road, and it does. So Cyber now down pit road. He'll slow it down enough. He'll slow it down more than enough, actually. And this is a very critical pit stop here for Cyber in his battle for the lead with Dambo. Here we go, on board with Dambo. Through 3 and 4, he goes a little high. Out of pit road comes Cyber, and Dambo will get the undercut on Cyber. And the undercut has worked massively here for Dambo. But I still feel that it was a little early compared to when the pit window begins, which I imagine would be right about now, considering when that first pit cycle happened. Here we go, we're on board with Cyber, who is beginning to try and catch back up to Dambo here. We just saw the message from Race Control there as Neymar comes down pit road. That will put Dambo back in the lead. We just saw the message from Race Control that if there is another round of pit stops, which is very close for a lot of these drivers, I would imagine. If there's another round of pit stops, the drivers have to use the first couple of pit stops, so I believe that would be all the pit stalls all before turn 3. And we know we've watched Cyber go all the way to the very last one, so I imagine that may affect him and his pit stops. But we will have to wait and see how. And here we go, lap 93 here at Phoenix. Cyber has closed that gap by around a 10th a lap. He's seriously gaining on Dambo here. into turns 3 and 4. I want to see if there's a difference in their line. They both seem to be taking the same line through 3 and 4, though it seems Cyber just has a little bit more confidence there. Carries more speed out of the corner. The big difference there is 1 and 2 there, as we see Dambo hugs onto that line while Cyber aims for more of a late apex, and Cyber's gonna hit something. I don't know if there was a piece of the wall. Maybe there, I don't know what he hit there. He hit something and it slowed him down quite a bit down that backstretch into 3 and 4. I'm sure he'll be able to gain the time back, but I'm not sure what that was he hit. Maybe it was something on the track that we didn't see. Meanwhile, while that battle for the lead is happening here, we're on lap 98 as Pepper's gonna push Big out of the way. I was just about to say, this is your battle for 5th place. And that one looks like it's an assault for 5th place here. And actually, oh, what has happened to Cyber? Cyber has hit the wall or something. Cyber has hit the wall or something. That lap, he lost a lot of time there. We'll go back on board with this battle, as it seems that now Neymar's gonna get past Pepper, and it's a 3-way battle here for 5th position here. This battle does have to worry about something, though. That they do have Danbo and Cyber battling it out just behind them. Cyber was able to regain that time that he lost due to whatever mistake it was. This group needs to be a little careful, though. They do have the race leaders behind them, and if they battle too hard, they will get caught up by the race leaders, which I'm sure they're not too concerned about. The big concern would be who would lose out trying to yield to the race leaders, because I'm absolutely sure that by now Cyber and Danbo have absolutely made enough complaints to race control about lap traffic and them getting in their way. And there we see just behind them, we'll go on board with Waffle, who's trying to battle Big here, trying to work his way through this pack, as actually Pepper's going to go down the inside of Neymar here into turns, I believe, 1 and 2. And I believe Pepper's going to have to move down unless Neymar is able to get a bit of a switchback going, which she is. But does she have the inside lane? Yes, she definitely has it now, as she sends it down the inside of the corner. She's going to force Pepper into the wall there, and that was very aggressive. And just behind them, here's the story I was waiting for. Cyber has caught up to Danbo now, but they're starting to catch up to this big battle ahead of them as well. And it will be interesting to see how they're able to navigate through this pack, if they're able to navigate through this pack. It is a very tight battle, 4-way battle for 5th place. And here we are, 1 and 2, trying to lap all the way up to 5th place here. For now, though, Danbo, it seems, needs to focus on worrying about Cyber behind more than he has to worry about the lap traffic ahead of him. As here comes Cyber, much closer to him than he was a few laps ago, and I'm sure that pressure is absolutely starting to kick in here as Cyber again goes all the way to the outside. There's Waffles getting out the way. He doesn't want to be the one who gets yelled at for being in the way, but now Cyber's close enough to be giving Danbo some bumps on his rear wing, and he's actually close enough almost to go down the inside. Through the dog leg, at least. Thinks better of it. But now look, he's pushing Danbo through the corner. They made contact there on the exit of the corner. It's going to slow down Cyber quite a bit, actually, into turns 1 and 2. At this rate, Danbo is now caught up to Big, and Cyber's actually going to have enough of a run out of turns 1 and 2 to try and go for that outside lane here of 3 and 4. He's going to have a much better exit out this corner. And he's going to possibly look for the inside of turns 1 and 2. No, Dambo will go on to the inside and cover it. So Cyber's going to go around the outside here of 1 and 2. And it's not going to work for him, though. Dambo will still lead. Oh, and Big trying to take his racing line. Dambo's going to send it down the inside of him. Big needs to be careful. He's going to go up into the wall. They're going to make contact. They go 3 wide with lap traffic there. Cyber still has Big to worry about. Not anymore. Now he has Dambo side by side with him on his outside. Through 1 and 2 they go. Cyber taps the wall, but he's going to just barely lose out to Dambo there with contact, I think. And like I said, I knew it was going to happen. This battle for the lead is definitely starting to heat up as Dambo goes very defensive. Cyber again gets a better exit out of 3 and 4. Through the dog leg and into 1 and 2. He goes for that outside lane. He's going to slide up the track a little bit. Hug that wall on the exit. But he's going to make it stick. They're finally able to clear the lap traffic behind him of Waffles and Big. Oh, and here we go. Cyber looks for that inside lane here. Through 1 and 2. He's going to get it. He's going to have the inside lane. That's the preferred lane. Dambo's going to get a better exit. He goes to that outside lane. They're still side by side into 3 and 4. And it's going to be Cyber up into the lead here. Going on to lap 115. 10 laps to go here. Dambo sends it back down the inside of Cyber. Through 1 and 2. Onto the backstretch they go. Now it will be Cyber who will try to get a better exit. It's not going to work for him. These two are starting to battle quite aggressively as Cyber's going to slide Dambo up the track into the wall. And Cyber will retake the lead here. And look at Waffle. Waffle has gone a much better run than both of them and is looking down the inside of both the leaders. He's actually going to clear both of them. And Dambo looks to clear Cyber. They're going to go 3 wide again with more lap traffic. But it's going to be Dambo who will be in the lead here. Yes, it will be Dambo into the lead here. And he will clear Cyber. But for how long will he be able to hold on to that lead? It might be a little bit longer than Cyber would hope as Waffle is sending it down the inside of Cyber. Trying to unlap himself. Trying to become a part of this battle for 5th place again. And it's worked. Waffles has cleared Cyber. And it's not what you want to see for Cyber. It's not what you want to see for Dambo either. As we go on board side with Dambo, he's going to go down the inside. Oh, Neymar and Pepper, they make contact. That's gonna send Neymar down the track into Dambo there. And I was just about to say, it's not what you want to see. Look at this pack of lap cars in the between this battle for the lead here. Waffles is in the middle of Dambo and Cyber who are battling for the lead. Dambo is going to go up into the wall. And out of the corner, he's going to clear them all. Cyber tries to force his way back onto the racing line. Waffle being towed to back off by race control. Finally, race control will intervene. And with 5 laps to go, will Cyber be able to make his move again past Dambo? He's definitely had the pace to do so. Oh, and here we go. Cyber looks for that switchback move on Dambo here. Through 1 and 2, they make contact in the middle of the corner. Not too influential. However, that is going to allow Pepper to catch back up, who is going to back right off, as they have been warned to keep their distance from the race leaders. This battle still hot, fresh out of the pan here. Triff being told not to interfere with the battle for 5th place behind the leaders, since the leaders already passed him again. And Cyber looks for that outside lane here from Dambo. It's not going to work for him. He looks for that better exit. He's going to look for the outside, maybe for the inside in turn 1. They make a bit of contact there in the middle of the corner. Danbo's going to slide up the track. That's going to allow for them to go side by side into 3 and 4. And then we see more lap traffic, and Danbo's going to go straight up into the wall. He's going to go slow out of the corner, and that's going to allow Cyber to take the lead out of the dogleg. With 2 laps to go, was that it for Danbo? He's going to have to give it everything he's got. But now he's on the outside of 3 wide with more lap traffic. Danbo looks for a very late lunge on Cyber. He's going to make contact with him into turns 3 and 4. He's going to slide him up the track. He's going to take the lead as the white flag waves here in Phoenix. Cyber looking to make a sort of similar move here then into 3 and 4. No, Cyber's slow out of turns 1 and 2. He is not close enough to make a move. And Danbo. It was Cyber who dominated, but it will be Danbo, our pole sitter, who will take the checkered flag and win here at Phoenix Raceway. And here he is, then your race winner, Danbo, pulling into victory lane. And I mean, what a win there. What a win there for Danbo, who's going to be joined by his fellow ICRL teammates, I believe. And I mean, that was such a good win for him. And I mean, Cyber really dominated for a good portion of that race. But when it mattered the most, Danbo was able to make a very late lunge, get Cyber in a compromised position, move past him, and well, the rest wrote itself, really. Danbo will be your winner here at Phoenix Raceway. And so as celebrations begin in victory lane, we'll go over the finishing order for the rest of the field. It was obviously Danbo wins the race here. Cyber in second, King in third, Subfocus in fourth. A bit of a correction to the in-game leaderboard. It's Neymar in P5, Big in 6th, Pepper in 7th. We have Waffles in 8th. And then we have Finesy in 9th, Arrow in 10th, Pilot John in 11th, Triff in 12th. And of course, we unfortunately finished this race with Little Man and Gan retiring from the race. With that said then, this has been the Pummu Indycar series. Thank you all for watching, and tune in next time for round 6 at the streets of Long Beach.